Hello guys, welcome back. We're back to the International House of Awesome for probably like 5 minutes. I know Odin, he's ambitious. And even though he admitted why they wanted all Norse gods, and it wasn't just a ambitious territorial thing, it was they thought it would be the way to keep me safest. Because he kept grilling me today because I was saying I was missing Apollo a lot. And damn if something didn't come up on one of my videos. And remember, I have not been looking at Apollo stuff. I have not been looking up Apollo pins. This ad came up as soon as I said this ad came up with the sun in it. And I was like, wow, that's a really fast response. And so he asked me, he's like, well, what is it that Apollo does? And we had to sit down and discuss. And I finally put it out. I said, I would never ask Odin to give up another human being, that we could have the same exact, say, home, and we could worship in the same exact way, but he's not going to feel the same exact way for two distinctly different human beings. And that seemed to calm him down, and he knows Apollo's no threat to him. And I said, with the way the world is going lately, maybe we could use having an International House of Awesome back, and then we'll all feel okay. I said, I think everybody's jumpy right now. You've got stuff going on in Hong Kong, you got stuff going on in this country, you got Brexit going on, you got ice sheets melting, you've got record number of species going extinct. I said, we're all jumpy right now. We could all use a spa day right now. I said, I just want one 24-hour period where the president shuts the hell up and nobody does anything stupid in this country. That's all I want out of life right now. And he was nodding. He says, you like your miracles, don't you? And I said, yes, I do. So since the household had been opened as this incident was going on today, we lit a candle, and I was just talking to any deity I thought would listen. I'm like, please God, don't let this end poorly. I said, we have had enough. I said, I don't know why it seems like everything's going crazy lately. I said, I don't know if it's something in the water or something in the air or it's something just in people ourselves. But I said, we need some deity to come down here and help us, because we're trying to fix it on our own, but we're not doing that great a job. I said, we need help. So, we then decided that, well, it wasn't helping watching violent incident unfold, and we went and we watched a lot of positive news media to try to restore faith in humanity, because most humans are actually decent. I don't think the news media helps. Yes, you should be aware of what's going on, but excuse me, it shouldn't be all consuming. They could have positive news. And it's a lot going on in the world right now. And we can look at all the bad stuff that's going on and we can get overwhelmed, and I think our gods get into a feedback loop with us, and if we're agitated and scared, they pick up on it, and then they get worried, and then everything goes crazy. So we deliberately turned off the news and we watched some really soothing stuff, and we're going to watch some more soothing stuff. It doesn't mean, by the way, I'm not talking like a new age philosophy of don't watch the bad news or you attract bad stuff to yourself. That's bullshit. I'm talking about sometimes you just have to say a prayer, light a candle, do whatever it is you do in such a situation, and then just, limit your media time. And it's not that you don't care, you send out whatever you send out into the universe, to the gods, whatever, but you don't have to be trapped in that endless news cycle either. There have been times when we've stopped deliberately watching the news just so that I can get my mental health back. And you guys know what I mean. The news can be very stressing and upsetting. And so sometimes we do have to take a couple steps back and go, okay, I know a lot's going on in the world right now, but me sitting here and getting anxiety attacks or whatever it might trigger in you is not helping. It's perfectly fine not to watch news coverage of an event if it's upsetting you or you're having a bad reaction. And then, you can work and do whatever kind of prayer, magic, or whatever system you have. So it was unfortunate that it took a situation like we had in Philadelphia today to get Odin to admit that they felt overwhelmed. But I said, It's okay. I said, usually we hear about God in this country. You kind of can't get away from it. But I said, for them, God is in control. I'm thinking of this one Christian song I heard. And I said, for them, it's going to work out with God's grace. I said, for heathens or pagans or Wiccans, it will work out with the grace of whatever God or goddess or angel or saint or whoever we work with. I said, but it does get scary for us humans, but we have to remember we aren't alone. We have our gods, we have our ancestors. If yours will talk to you, mine don't exist. I think I was made in a lab somewhere, starting to wonder. And, it will be okay. I know it's scary right now. I know a lot of craziness is going on in the world right now, but I'm sure part of it is just we have media links now to everywhere in the world and we can see stuff as it unfolds. And that's a mixed blessing because the news tends to gravitate towards violence and negative things. You don't see too many news channels running stories about kittens or good deeds or something. There thankfully some stations are catching on. They're starting to do more stuff like that, which is good. But the news tends towards negativity. The news tends towards sensationalizing things. So, I heard fake news back here. Shut up. But they're happy now. They're relieved. I actually don't think Odin has a problem with Apollo. I don't think Loki has a problem with Hermes. I think they're just freaked out. And I think, from a godly perspective, I don't know, can't pretend to know how our ancient ancestors viewed them, but I do know our ancient ancestors didn't have 24-hour coverage of what's going on in every corner of the earth and couldn't watch it and freak out over it and wonder if the gods are so strong, why is all this crazy stuff happening? And free will, man, it sucks. It's their greatest gift and their greatest curse. I'm blaming Hermes. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I felt there was something wrong with Nolan North's household. It felt lonely. It felt like something wasn't quite right. And I think Odin, in his best intention, was just trying to keep me safe. It was really sweet of him, but I said, you don't have to carry everything on your shoulders. I never looked at you and had that brosature reaction. I said, a wise leader delegates responsibility. We've been watching all this stuff from the 50s and all these cornball PSAs they had. And, if you become a leader, say, like prom committee or something, you guys remember from school, a wise leader makes as many committees as they need and makes as many people to do what they need to do. If they need 20 people to work on something, they do that. I said, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to think you're less of a god because we have all these gods here. So, I know gods, stuff going on. I don't know. But it's okay, guys, to limit your news time. It's okay to say you need a mental health break from the news and not watch it for a couple days or a couple weeks or a couple years. I had not watched the news for a couple years, and now that I've started watching it again, I'm like, I'm just about ready to stop watching the news again. That's what I'm ready to do. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.